Hi, it's Ron McTube. Today on the Hunter Quarter Wild, this is going to be an epic whitetail hunt. We're on Layton Lakes. I'm just restarting my grind for a great one. Now this is where we're going to start, Runashi Outpost. I start between 12:15 and about 12:30 normally at this location, and we're going to walk up this river towards this tent location. The reason we've got this tent in this location is in case I see any whitetail between this outpost and that tent, so I can jump in between them and try and get the best angle. Also going to check these locations on the left. We're going to try and focus on the left today and find new need zones. We're starting fresh and I'm hoping we do get a great one, or at least some diamond whitetail along the way. You never know what you're going to come across, but with this, like I say, this is going to be a really long hunt. And there's no editing, it's just going to be all the way through. So we're checking all these areas and hopefully we bag some nice animals along the way. Now for those of you who don't know about great ones, basically they're a level 10 fabled whitetail. It's like the rarest animal in the game, and not everything is known about them. People think they come off respawns, but there's been rumours recently with recent game changes that they're just spawning without a respawn. We don't know what's true, what's not true, so I'm not going to say anything is fact. We're just going to hunt and see what happens, and hopefully we'll bag one along the way. What we are going to do is try and find need zones for whitetail, kill as many males, maybe females as well, as we go through this grind for whitetails and just see what pops up. I'm mainly going to be trying to kill level 2 to 3 whitetails, and hopefully off a respawn in an area we get a great one. That's the hope. Now all these locations I'm going to be showing you are my favourite places to look for whitetails and where you do normally find zones, but recent changes have made it so drink zones especially are in like bushes and all other areas where they didn't used to be. Some of this was unwritten as well, so we don't know exactly what is the exact right way to go about hunting whitetail. So we're just doing trial and error, trying to find need zones and see what works along the way. Like I say, grab some coffee, tea, beer, whatever you're doing, because this is going to be a long hunt, but I'm hoping we get something nice along the way. If you're hunting for whitetail, how do you go about it? Drop that in the comments. Where's your favourite places to hunt? I have got certain key areas where I will focus on, but I have noticed recently that there is certain places where you will find whitetail now where you wouldn't before of recent times. I have got a detailed whitetail guide up already, check that out if you ain't already, but like I say, some things have changed recently, so we're going to just explore this and see what we can find out. Now to those of you that are new, I'm Ron McTube. I've played the Hunter games for about 12 years now. I played Quarter Wild before it even came out in early stages, and I play it every day, put a lot of time in, and whitetail is one of my biggest time consumers and one of my favourite species to hunt. So I put a lot of time into them. I've had a lot of diamond ones, I've had a lot of rare ones, I've had melastics, numerous diamonds, you name it. I've had them all except for the great one. I did have a very special whitetail which should have probably been a great one, but its rack didn't spawn for some reason. There was an issue like that and I don't know why it happened, but we got unlucky. So I'm hoping this time round on this grind we do get one. I'm going to keep at it until we do get one. I do lots of hunter guides as well, whether it's for the Hunter Classic or the Hunter Quarter Wild. I've got numerous guides I've done over the years, so check them out if you haven't already seen them, or if you want to see any guides for anything the hunter related, drop that in the comments and I'll try and make that happen. But I've been just like, I've just been thinking about doing this grind and starting it for a few weeks now, but what you must remember is this is quite time consuming, and if you're a content creator, this is why some people won't cover it, and I'll just clear this up now. It's because it takes so long and so much of your time, and if you want to put out regular content and you're just doing one thing like the whitetail grind to do this, it's quite hard to do that and very time consuming. So that's why some people won't probably cover this,
because it does take up a lot of time to hopefully get a great one, and you're not even guaranteed to get one. So it's like, do you gamble your time on making content which you know you could on other situations, other scenarios, other species, or do you just focus on this and hope that you get one? That's the reason why not everyone will cover it. Some are starting to do it in a minute because it's quite a hot topic, so that's why they're doing it, and they're focusing on it. But it is, like I say, it's a lot of effort to put into it. It is a lot of fun as well. So there's our first whitetail of the new start. We'll see, it looks like there's a big group actually. They're just heading up the map. Now what we're doing is we're heading up this river because there's a lot of drink zones, need zones around this area, and there's a lot there actually. Looks like some good male bucks. Some 2s can make diamond as well, but you want a level 3 normally. But they changed the score recently of what would make diamond, and some are saying it's too easy from what it was before. Some are saying they're a bit too common now, but I don't know about that because they're not as easy to find as they was before whitetail because of the zones changes, the need zones and stuff. So I don't know, it's sort of about hello. Right, we've just seen the level 3, we'll just cut that off a minute. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Our first big group of whitetails, probably about 15, they're heading up the map. We're going to follow those. There's some nice 2s there, quite high scoring 2s, will probably be golds. 85 to 100 kilo, that's what you normally sort of look for when you're looking for big whitetails. This is where we are at the minute, but there's a level 3 there which will probably be a diamond, so we're definitely going to shoot that one. A lot of people think that by shooting high level 2s or level 3s that the chance of respawning a great one maybe is better, but we don't know if it's just random, and you know what I mean, you could be just shooting ones or even females and that may trigger the great one to spawn. We just don't know that. No one knows that. It's just a guess what we can derive from playing. Do you know what I mean? We just play things, we hope we work it out, but it's quite complex and no one seems to know apart from the devs. Now, having already done a little grind for these little one, I spent about a month every day for about 5 hours a day. I killed about 1,500 whitetails and had that whitetail which should have been a great one. And what I've learned, and when I've been thinking about it, how this may work, I've come up with some ideas. And I think there's an idea that everyone is missing. I really do. I think there's a simple idea which may actually work, and we may try this along the grind. But if you see anyone else saying this, I've come up with this first, right? So to say, oh, Ron with Tube said that first. Right. I'm thinking that it may actually be better to not shoot diamonds. Ron, are you crazy? Are you crazy? You're that guy that says albino and instead albino. What are you talking about, you crazy fool? What I'm talking about is there's so many whitetail on the map, right? I think there's a couple of hundred per map whitetail. Now the great one comes off a respawn from what we kind of think. So a lot of people are killing high level 2s or 2s and 3s and hoping it gets respawned as a great one, which is higher than the 2s and 3s, right? But what I'm thinking is, hold up a minute, what if you leave the diamonds alone, the level 3s, and you kill 2s or maybe 1s? When the system kind of checks about whitetail, it may replace and look at it and think, oh, what's there? Oh, there's 1s there, there's 3s already there. It may even put a great one back if you've got diamonds on there. So you think if you shoot 1s and 2s and stuff and it replaces them, and you maybe get a couple more diamonds replaced, so say you've got 4 or 5 diamonds, you might just think, all right, I've got that, and eventually just push in great one. I don't know, I was thinking about this. It may be a simpler than, because imagine when you see a diamond, right, what do you do? If you see a level 3 like we've just seen that, you go for the diamond straight away. You go for the level 3. It's like in your brain sort of program, you're going to go for the 3 first. What about leaving the 3, shooting 2s, shooting the 1s? It may replace because frees are already on your map, diamonds already on your map, it may replace with a great one. I don't know, it's a different way of thinking of it. I always like to look at all different angles of trying things. Some are absolute could be out there, you know what I mean, but it may actually you might actually form logic, because if you think about it, not many people are going to turn down frees if they see them. They're going to shoot them straight away. So maybe that's a thing, I don't know. It's just an interesting idea I've been mulling over, and it may actually work, I don't know. We do know it comes off a respawn, but like I say, recently some people have been saying they've been spawning with a recent population change, that they're just spawning. A few have been taken, they've been the same rack, but I don't know about that. Like I say, unless the devs confirm it, it's all just hearsay. So what most people are doing is just slaughtering males and then hoping they get replaced with a great one. Now, last time when I got the overweight one, which probably should have been a great one, I think I killed about 1500 whitetail, and I think it respawned. I think I was near about 1,000. I think when I got it, that's when I think I got it. Now the whitetail have gone off over to the right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to fast travel to my other tent. Now the reason I'm going to do this is I'm going to fast travel because it looks like they're going over to the middle right. So we're going to fast travel there, change the time, and then we're going to go back to where they've just cut over the water. Sometimes this is why, like I say, I've got tents every so many meters up this river. So if I can't catch up with them, because they move quite fast, the whitetails, and so do other animals, it works on other animals as well. You can fast travel in front of them if you know they're going a certain way, and then just cut them off. And especially just change the time, wait a few minutes, and then go back to where you've seen them. And like I say, it's a good strategy, so make sure you try that out. But the river system, the water system, used to be really good, but we're just trying it now to see if it's any good still, or if anything's changed that we don't know about. For those of you that's had great ones, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you hunt whitetail and how your process started, and when you got your great one. After how many? Was it after a few? Was it after 2,000? Whatever, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Drop that in the comments. Also, if you're one of the recent people that's had one, did you get one just respawn without killing any whitetail? Now that's really important, because a few people are wondering about this. It's been a hot topic recently. I was talking about this on the Hunter Discord, and one guy, he said he'd had a great one, and it looks like it's been confirmed he had, and he said he'd had it off just playing, no respawns, but then shortly after he said he'd killed a couple of whitetail. So it's not like he'd ground a lot, but it seems like it might have come off a respawn, but it might have been on the map. That's what we're trying to get to, because if recent changes have happened and a great one is just there, that's a big deal. But it's not been said in any patch notes or any recent changes, so it's hard to confirm what's right, what's wrong, and you have to just basically go what the devs say, not what other people say. But you never know, there could be a great one out there on your map. How astonishing is that? Like I say, that's food for thought, and it's quite interesting as well. So what we're going to do is, I've looked around here, they've motored on, we're not going to catch those whitetail up, they're travelling, they're going over the middle right of the map, and we're trying to discover the left hand side of the map today. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to fast travel to my tent, slightly above, change the time back to about 12:30, and then we're going to wander back down to where we see them cross over the river, and hopefully we can ambush them. Now what I was saying about not killing level 3s, we're going to try that later on in the grind. Today, anything that's big we're going to smash. We're going to try and get some diamonds, hopefully some rares, whatever along the way. So we will be bagging level 3s if we see them. But later on in the grind, if I've not had a great one off a diamond or a big 2 or something, then we are going to try some different approaches. So that's quite interesting, and like I said, I've been wanting to do that for a long time. I've been thinking about that, and hopefully it works. You never know. There is a couple hundred whitetail on Layton Lakes, so what I'm thinking is, each time you kill a whitetail, it maybe checks to see how many's left, and then next time, which nobody knows, it replaces those whitetail back. It could be just totally random. I think it may actually be random, and it just puts back whatever, do you know what I mean? So you could maybe get them after 50 whitetail, you might take 2,000 whitetail, and you just get lucky and you get the roll of the dice. I don't know about that, and like I say, drop in the comments what you think. Do you see sometimes that people say, I've got no whitetail on my map, I can't find them? But like I say, there is a few hundred of them, you've just got to find the locations. And with recent changes, like I say, they're in a lot of varied places. Some are heavily wooded, tree lined, so you just got to try and visit at the key times in need zone areas. A lot of people just hunt where water is, basically, look for drink zones, and then go at 12 till 3. That's when a lot of people will focus their hunts. But a lot of areas, like drink zones even, are in a bit of land now, in different locations. Right, so we've fast travelled up to this tent. It's about 1,000 metres up from Runashi Outpost, and then we're just going to run back down towards where we're seeing the whitetail. Now, originally I had this tent here because you used to get a lot of whitetail at this location. I've shot diamonds at this location. We're not halfway up, but we're just before the sort of middle cut through the river. All this river system has whitetail. You just have to run up and down it and try and find the need zones, and then just put tents every so often up the river. So we're going to change the time. When you change the time and spawn in, allow a few minutes for animals to get to where they need to go to. That's another thing as well. Sometimes, like, I could say this is the best hotspot on the map. You could spawn in at say 12:30 and there might be nothing here. If you give it 5 minutes and let the animals do what they're supposed to do, get to where they're supposed to do, and then spawn in at whatever location I suggest or anyone suggests, then you might get a totally different outcome. So just allow for that time for animals to get to where they need to go to on any guide you see, because that is a big thing. Visiting areas which are good as well. You can go, say it's like 1 o'clock's the best time of the day, you could go there at 12 and it may be dead. So time of day at the right location is also key. The best spot on the best map might have nothing if you go at the wrong time. It's a really big deal. So just make sure you go at those right times. But 12 till 3 is where most people, or what time most people will hunt near water, drink zones for whitetail. I'd love to hear your approach. Like I say, no one approach is the best. What I always say to people is guides are that person's view, but what I've always done is I say try and take a bit of everything from what you see and what's great and what applies to you and what works for you. That's the true guide, what you make yourself. What works for you is the best guide, isn't it? So not all of what I say may apply to how you play, but you may gain some knowledge or grab some bits that may help you do better. And then you may see someone else's guide, take a few bits from that, and then gradually you build up your own little sort of picture of how and what works for you. That's the best guide. So don't just take one person's guide, not just mine, you know what I mean? I'm saying that myself, I'm making the guide, I'm just saying take a bit of mine, bit of someone else's, apply it to how you play as well, and make it work. That's the best one. The key gameplay element is time. Time played, knowledge is the best thing overall. The amount of time you put into this game, you'll get better rewards, because obviously you'll understand from putting in all the time what works, what doesn't work. When I did my last grind, what did we do? It was about summertime, so it's about 6 months since I last attempted doing this. So I'm hoping we do better this time round. Now what we're hoping is the group we originally spotted, that about 15 group of male whitetail, is coming this way. Generally that's what happens. As long as you don't shoot some, they should go and behave as you've seen them before, and you just reset the time. So there's no need to rush shots and get the quickening, as I call it, the rush of blood. Just take your time, and if you lose it, you don't have to panic. Just remember where you've seen them, restart the time, and visit that location again. And you should find them in that area. Like I say, as long as you ain't shot anything there or damaged it, you know what I mean, or just change any factors, they should be where you first seen them before. So we're about at the location where they cut over the river and we lost them. They do travel quite fast when they're travelling. It's hard to keep up with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and ambush them around this drink zone. And hopefully we bag that level 3 we've seen. There was some really nice 2s as well. 85 to 100 kilo are the bigger whitetail, what you're looking for. Great ones are over 100 kilo. That's how they should work. So if you see a track and it's over 100, cross your fingers because you've probably got a great one on your map, and that's what everyone kind of looks for. But we're just looking for this level 3 for a start. So there we are. We're just about where they cut through. I'm just going to remove this waypoint. It would be nice if you could just toggle that off your screen. That would be a lot easier than having to go to your map, the markers. Now when you're whitetail hunting, what do you use? What's your favourite gun, weapon to use for whitetail? I used to use a 243 all the time, and it's still one of my favourite guns, but now I just mainly use a 7mm because it's just so easy, so confident that I just use it for most things now. It's so good. I still say it's the best gun in Call of Wild. That's a big 2. Where's the 3? Now they look like they're going that way, so that's interesting. We haven't spooked them. I'm just wondering if that's another group that's merged with them. There's the 3 we're after. So that group is pushing up here, but it looks like we might have another little group that's gone down on the left. So there's a 2, a big 2. I might shoot the 2s as well, but I might shoot the 3. Like I say, I'm trying different approaches. I wouldn't mind just shooting a few 3s if we can find them and seeing what respawns off that. Hopefully we'll get lucky off a few early respawns, but we may also just slaughter everything as well. I'll try different things along this grind. But that is a really nice whitetail. It looks like he's going to walk straight towards us. So as long as we don't don't scare him, I think we'll get a nice close-up of this one. Where is it? Now which one's going to come first? There's like a biggish 2. It's probably going to be a gold. And then we've got a nice 3, which is probably the diamond. So all we are is just crouch. There's the 2. Where's the 3? Is that, which one is it? Move out the way, you. Is that it? There's another nice 2 with it. There's the 3. Right. Nice shot, and it's down. But there is quite big 2 there. Thanks for that. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Give me a little kick in the face. I've killed the king. They're not happy. Just have a look around, make sure there's no rears or anything special. No. So we know they're around here. We'll just take this. This is a level 3. Is it going to be a diamond whitetail? It's quite a nice rack. It is a diamond whitetail. So the first whitetail we shoot is a diamond whitetail. It's a male. It's 95.13 kilo, level 3, 258.40. Not a monster for a diamond. That's only just over it. Like I say, they've changed it to 255 now. So 258.40 for the diamond whitetail. We'll have a look at the True Racks True score. Like I say, it's not a monster. I've had them up to about 280 something. I think my biggest one, that was the overweight one, at 258.40. So that's a great start, isn't it? Our first whitetail we've killed is a diamond whitetail. I've killed probably 20 diamond whitetail, something like that. I think what we'll do is we'll taxidermise that. I've got a nice location where he can go actually. In my diamond bear room, I've got 4 or 5 plaques which can fit animals, and I think I'm just going to put diamond whitetail across that wall. My Sasiki Safari Trophy Lodge, I've put in a lot of time and I've got a lot of diamonds and rears in there. And that's why we're after the great one, because I've got many of the trophies, and the great one would be really nice. But that's a diamond whitetail. It's a great start. What we might do is try a different location now, one of my other favourite locations. So let's have a look at the map. But this is where kind of shot him. He was heading over to this middle area, I think. It looked like it was heading that way. With the use of the tent though, we stopped them and we was able to ambush them. We might have lost them, they could have gone somewhere. Animals do travel far distances, but as you can see up the river, in between outposts, I put a tent, so you can either go outpost, tent, wherever, if you need to do what we just did, and it does work out. So we're discovering this left hand side. We're going to go to this location next. This is very good for whitetail. You get blacktail, whitetail, sometimes coyotes around here, and you get a lot of ducks. I've had a lot of diamond mallards off this lake as well, so it's really good. That's another tip. If you've got an area which is really blown over with hunting pressure, what you can do is you can hammer ducks. Get 22 LR, hammer an area and take away the hunting pressure of another key area where you might have whitetail. That's what I did last time. It seemed to work quite well. Just shoot loads of ducks. I think it takes about 12 to remove hunting pressure from another area, and like I say, because there is ducks and they're easy to kill, it's a good way of doing it. So what I've found at this lake is you either get whitetail or blacktail or both. The whitetail tend to be down this right hand side from what I found, so let's see if we can find a drink need zone down this area. I have had them over there as well. I think I have shot a diamond here before. I think I shot an albino or a melanistic as well down this way, so it can be a good lake to hunt at. Now there we go. So there we go, drinking zone discovered. Nothing big there from what I can see, but there's probably what, 10 whitetail maybe there. So what we might do is just shoot 1 or 2 and just hope for a good respawn off it. But we've found another drink zone, and that's what we're trying to find, to see if all these little ponds and lakes are still good, because you never know what things may change. We'll check for a diamond mallard, you never know, there might be one here. But generally what you want to do if you're hunting for mallards is like this area like this and just slaughter them. Keep slaughtering them, especially the 2 plus 1, you know what I mean, 1 to 2 kilo birds. Smash those, because if you do those you often get a 3 respawn off them. But we're after just forget about the ducks for a minute, we're after whitetail, so let's kill a couple of these. That's 1 down. We're gonna run. What? I think I just went straight through it. That, or it's an armoured tank, I don't know. That looks like it's there, it's actually through the grass verge. So I don't know what happened there. We maybe just missed it. I'll take the blame for that one. It's me with a gun. Blacktail. So yeah, this little lake, really good. There's a few little lakes down this bottom left. One which you can't actually see on the map, and I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's so small, I don't know. But it's actually a really good whitetail spot. I've had some really nice whitetails off it. I had a very big albino one which is in my lodge off it as well, but a lot of people don't visit it because it doesn't show up on the map. So if you haven't known about it, don't know about it, make sure you check it out. We'll go there in a minute. But there's a small silver. We just killed that on the hope of a good respawn. And the other one, I don't think it even hit it because it just ran off like, yep, you missed me, Ron, you missed me. Ah well, we can't be perfect. I thought we hit it because, like I say, it was just literally broadside on, but sometimes you get weird things like that. I don't know. Like I say, bad shot from me. But what we'll do is we're not going to chase these. We'll just come back at a later date and just I'll slaughter a few more of these at this location. We do know the drink zone's here now, so we're just going to move to another location. Now this location we're going to now is the hidden lake I was talking about. I've got a tent right outside of it, and often you can just spawn in, walk straight forward, and I've had some really good times here with whitetail and other animals. It's just a case of what you get spawned here. It can be blacktail, whitetail, elk, it just depends what you get. You can always slaughter whatever's here, and then the next time you might get whitetail come here or whatever. But I have had some really good whitetail. So I've got blacktail calling, so maybe there isn't any whitetail here. You just have to try different times. But this lake, it doesn't show up on the map, and I think it's maybe because it's just so small. A lot of people don't even know about it. What's that? An elk? Where's my elk? What I'll say as well, some people think that by killing loads of whitetail and then just going and changing the time, maybe a few days over or whatever, that somehow makes whitetail respawn again. I don't think that actually works. I really don't. I've tried it numerous times, like fast forwarding 4 days from when I've slaughtered a load. The hunting pressure's still there, so I don't get why it wouldn't make other animals respawn any quicker. I think all it is it's really simple, and people are overthinking it. I think just when you shut your game down or you leave or whatever and then rejoin, it just calculates, oh, there's some whitetail missing, I put some back. How long that takes to put them back, I don't know. But I don't think actually fast forwarding time at your tent makes any difference, because that would be too easy to exploit. So I don't think that's even a gameplay sort of mechanic. So that's my thoughts on that. I know a lot of people do that, who do whitetail grinds, but I don't think that actually works. This bottom left corner pond, brilliant for diamond mallards. You get a lot of mallards on this lake. Sometimes there's 20 to 50 on this lake alone. You don't need decoys and that. You can just come down here, and they're often just sitting on the water, so you can just 22 LR them from distance. But you do get a lot of whitetail around here, elk, blacktail. They can be on the hills, they can be at the shore. Just have a look round and see what you can find. Like I say, all these spots 12 till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You just have to look round. That's quite a nice blacktail. Level 4, be probably a gold or something. But yeah, this is a really good location. I've had diamonds here. I know someone had a great one over that bank as well. When he first come out, it was like, he'd not shot many either, but it was over on the other side. I seen a video, I can remember someone talking about it. So it is a really good key location. So we've checked around some of this left locations. We've done not bad. We've had a diamond whitetail, and we're going to move further up the left. What I might do is check a couple of the areas on the right as well while we're here. This location, my secret tent location, is an island around this pond, and I must say it's brilliant. I've had so many diamond whitetails off this, diamond moose, diamond black bears, you name it, diamond blacktails, albino blacktails. Got a lot of trophy animals off this location. So if you want to try this location now, or know where it is, it's called the Secret Tent on YouTube. I'll drop it in the video description, but it is a really good location. I've had so many trophies off it. I can remember I shot a max weight whitetail off this with a 243. It was about 350 metre shot, and it was an absolute monster whitetail. And I can remember DDE made a video about it, saying about the shot I made, and I'm not going to lie, I was sweating a little bit when I made it with a 243, and everyone's like, why didn't you shoot with a 7mm, it's a max weight, you know what I mean? But I wanted to do it with a 243, and I used to use a 243 all the time. So I'm quite decent with it at range, but it was a long shot, about 350 metres with a 243 on a max weight diamond whitetail. I mean, that's a precious shot, and I made it, so it was good. But this location is really nice. I found this because of a guy from the Hunter Classic called Pretty Boy. He was like, Ron, do you want to make a video on this this island? I was like, what you talking about? You know what I mean? I've known him for quite a while, and he says, oh, I'll show you, and he showed me how to do it, and I says, right, thanks for that, I will use it, I'll try it out, and I'll give you credit for that. And like I say, it worked out really well. But Pretty Boy, anyone who plays the Hunter Classic will know him. He's quite a well-known player from that. Right, off to this location. There was a whitetail deer, so I noticed something on the right. This location is very good for whitetail and blacktail. I've had diamonds of both species at this location. It's quite a well-known location. As you can see, we've got a few roaming about, nothing big. They can be on those woods on the left sometimes, or just about where I'm looking there, or that hillside. It just depends. You get blacktail tend to be on this right. I've never seen whitetail on this right hand side pond, but I have seen them where we're looking now. It's either blacktails or whitetails at this location. But I have shot quite a few diamond ones here. It is quite a well-known spot. But we have got a drinking zone here. Like I say, at the minute it's just a few smaller ones. We may shoot some here and then move on to another pond just above us. See this location here? Big lake. This used to be really good for whitetail back in the day when it first came out, and then for some reason, I don't know why, it just sort of got worse and there weren't many here. I don't know why that is or what changed. but I personally stopped coming here a lot. I used to come here to hunt elk, whitetail. This is a good mallard duck location, as you can see as well. Now I've got a tripod here so I can stand and look around the lake and use the height of it. It's quite a good reason to have a tripod here. But as I was saying, it used to be really good, and I don't really visit that much. I just visit on the off chance that we see some whitetail on this right sort of bank. You used to see them all the time here at one point, but I don't know why it just seems to be not very good now. But it's worth checking out just in case on your map, in case you find something that's nice, a decent trophy, do you know what I mean? But for mallards, it's a really good location. So if you're after mallards, definitely have a tent here and shoot some, hopefully, diamond ducks. Right, I can't see anything here. Sometimes they're in the bulrushes and you might not spot them at first, but we're going to move on to our next location. Now this location, another small lake, but it's really good. I've had a lot of really big diamond whitetail here. You get elk on that little pasture as well. Is there anything here? Well, we've got elk. What's that? We've got a whitetail call. I think it's a male calling over there. I can't see anything else. I'm just looking round. But yeah, you do tend to get elk and whitetail on the other side of the bank. I've had quite a few diamond mallards here as well. It's a small pond, so it's quite easy to cover and look around fast, so you don't need to spend much time here. But the whitetail call has intrigued me because I can't see him as well. That is a very nice whitetail, and that's just turned what was a good hunt into an amazing hunt. Right, so it looks like we have got another diamond whitetail. This is a location I've got my tent. These two little lakes together are really good, especially for mallards, but you do get whitetail out of them as well, and that's why I was just visiting on the off chance. And it looks like we've got one male, I think, and it is a level 3. Where's he gone? There he is. And I'll tell you what, that's bigger, I think, than the first one. It does look really nice. So, where is he going to stop? I think he's going to his need zone. We'll see. We'll just give him a minute. I'm not going to shoot him from here anyway. Sometimes you do get the quickening and you see that big trophy animal, you're just like, just shoot it now, just shoot it, you know what I mean? It does happen to everyone. I'm not going to lie, I've done it myself. And then you bodge him up and then you're so mad with yourself, you're like, I should have waited. There's his drinking zone. I was wondering, I think it's just him there. But that'll do, I don't mind that. Hopefully we get a good respawn off that, it'd be interesting, but it might just kill the zone anyway. But what we're going to do is, we're going to go round to the left. I'm going to try and get a broadside shot on him. He's still quite a way off yet, so we shouldn't spook him. They can be spooky sometimes, whitetail, but I think we're good. He seems calm at the minute. It says he's calm. Now there is a female one as well. Let's pick the track up. Right, look at that. That's almost perfect how you want them. I like to shoot animals broadside on. Sometimes you get sort of like dodgy hitboxes, or you get a bit of a magic happens and it screws it up. So with big trophy animals, I always like to hit them broadside. Got a better chance of getting a long shot. Just going to creep down here till we've got a nice clean shot on him. And hopefully we've got another diamond whitetail, but this one does definitely look bigger. So it's definitely starting out as a good start to the grind for a great one, and he's down. Straight down. Let's go collect him. Yeah, I can't imagine how good this has started. And if this is how things are just starting out, fingers crossed we could get a great one. I hope so. It's nice to do videos like this long, and a lot of people say to me you should do longer videos. I know I want to do that, but they're such time consuming when they're this long, do you know what I mean? When you're like 45 minutes in video, that's a lot of editing, a lot of time to do. It's not the same as streaming. I may start streaming in the future, just my house is quite noisy, and it's quite hard to do it live, and there's a lot of I've got kids and stuff and that, so it's a lot of noise to be trying to stop when streaming. It will be entertaining, I'm guessing, for people watching, but when you're editing very large videos like this, it is very time consuming. But that is a diamond whitetail. It's a big one as well, 98.22 kilo, 271, 255 you need for a diamond, so that is a very big one. That's the biggest one today. So diamond whitetail number 2 for Ron McTube. We're nailing them, and like I say, this is why I put so much time into hunting whitetail deer on the Hunter Caller Wild, because they're one of my favourite species. It is always nice to get a big trophy animal in this game, but as you can see, look at that, looking at the true racks and the true score evaluation, you can definitely see this one's a lot bigger rack than the other one. 27110, that's a beauty. I couldn't have imagined that today, and like I said, I've been putting off this start to this grinder, the Great One hunt for whitetails, and I don't know why now, because look at this, I put in the effort and I've got the rewards. And sometimes that's what it is, you just got to get in there, dig in, and hopefully you get the results. But yeah, that's made my day, that has. What a great hunt, 2 diamond whitetails. So happy. I can't believe it, to be honest. Like I said, I was hoping to get one, if I'm not gonna lie, during this hunt, but to get 2 back to back, I'm really over the moon. So that's where we shot the first one. We visited these lakes. We're gonna probably advance up the river system in the next video, maybe left and then up the middle, try and find some more zones. Also on this right hand side, on the very edge of the map, there's sort of this water that runs up the top. Now about mid to where there's a tent up on the right, there's quite a few whitetail around there. I've seen people been getting in there. I've never actually hunted whitetail much around there. I can remember one of the longest shots I ever made was on that sort of top end, right end, sort of northern ridge, but I haven't hunted whitetail there for a long time. So definitely check out some of these areas I'm showing in the video, because they're really good. But the main river system, if you follow all that, you'll find a lot of drink zones, need zones for whitetail and other animals. So it is a really good area. But yeah, today this has been, I think, my best whitetail hunt ever. Just one whitetail hunt with no skipping, no editing. This has turned out amazing, better than I had ever thought. So what a great start to 2021 and whitetail hunting. I'm hoping we get a great one soon. I'm going to stick at it, and fingers crossed we get a great one. But up that right hand side there, that's where I'm going to try as well. So we've got to check up there. I may put a tent about halfway up, but there is an outpost on the right. That lake on the left also, some people have had a lot of whitetail there, so we've got to try that out. Also further up the left hand side, the top end left hand side is like a key whitetail area. You've probably seen it in my whitetail guide before, but today we've done hunting for today. We're going to go to Sasiki Safari Trophy Lodge, and we're going to have a look at our 2 diamond whitetail we've just got. I'm going to show you where I'm going to put them. Now I've got quite a few diamond whitetails in Sasiki Safari Trophy Lodge. We've got a couple up there, for example. We've got some more in this other left hand room on the right hand wall. We've got a few basically around Sasiki Safari Trophy Lodge, along with a lot of other diamonds and rares, trophy animals. Here's some nice whitetails, piebald, albino, melanistic, more diamond whitetail. But I'm going to put these with 2 we've got today, these 2 diamond whitetails, down in my bear room. On my right, in here, these are all diamond bears. Everyone is a diamond bear in this room, but here there is 4 plaques. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just put diamond whitetail on this room, maybe even a great one. But I think if I get a great one, he needs his own full body mount, so that'd be a bit of an injustice not to put him on a full body mount. We'll probably move the mule deer out and we'll have him as the main middle attraction in there. We'll see how it goes. So if there's anything you want to see from me, Ron McTube, in either the Hunter Classic or the Hunter Caller Wild, drop it in the comments. Like I say, I do cover all areas. I make guides for both games, and I've put many years into it, so I've got quite a bit of knowledge I love to share with people. I love to help people out. But if you want to ask me anything, drop it in the comments and I'll try and answer it as honestly as possible. I'd love a search system for this. I say this quite a lot recently. It would help, especially when you've got a lot of trophies. But there are our 2 diamond whitetails from today. My best ever whitetail hunt on video for the Hunter Colour Wild. What a great day this has been. There's the biggest one, there's the smallest one. So I'm Ron McTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.